Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on the neuroscience behind one of the most common and, let's be honest, often most dreaded social rituals. We're going to break down the cognitive architecture of small talk. You know that feeling. You're at a party, maybe a networking event, or you're just stuck in the break room, and you are trapped. You're smiling, you're nodding along, but inside your head, you are desperately scanning for the nearest exit. Well, it turns out that feeling isn't just you being antisocial or awkward. It's a very real neurological response to the specific mental gymnastics that small talk makes you do. Your brain is sending you a signal, a really clear one, and we're about to figure out exactly what it's saying. Okay, first up, let's dive right into why small talk so often feels like a pain. What's the source of that very real, totally relatable feeling of exhaustion? So just so we're all on the same page, let's define what we're actually talking about here. Small talk is this very specific kind of chat. It's predictable, it's safe, and this is the important part, it's a low information exchange. You know the drill, the weather, traffic, what you did last weekend. And here is the absolute key to this whole thing. Your frustration isn't really with the topic of the weather itself. The real problem is the process. It's what your brain is forced to do during that conversation. That's what's so draining. So, if the process is the problem, what in the world is actually happening inside our heads? Let's take a look at these social scripts that our brain is running in the background. This comparison table right here just nails the difference. During small talk, your brain is basically running diagnostics. It's just scanning and validating social rules. It's super predictable, and because of that, it offers a really low dopamine reward. But a deep conversation? Whoa. That's a whole different ballgame. That's about exploring and connecting. It's unpredictable, and our brains find that kind of creative engagement highly rewarding. Okay, so that explains the difference, but that leads us to the big question. Why is running those social diagnostics so incredibly tiring? Let's dig into the cognitive cost. This quote really says it all. I want you to think of your brain like a computer for a second. Small talk uses up a ton of your processing power for a task that gives you almost no new, useful data. It is the very definition of cognitive inefficiency. And that inefficiency, it just feels exhausting. And this chart just lays it out visually. I mean, look at that bar for small talk. A massive amount of energy spent for a tiny reward. Now compare that to deep talk. It's not that deep conversations take zero energy, but the energy you spend feels worth it. Small talk, on the other hand, is just a terrible return on your cognitive investment. And here's all that hidden work we're talking about. On the surface, it seems so simple, right? But your brain is juggling all of this at the same time. You're initiating these greeting protocols, you're scanning for topics that won't cause any trouble, exchanging pre-approved generic info, and you're constantly monitoring the other person for any sign that it's okay to end the conversation. That is a lot of background processing. But here's the twist. If small talk is so inefficient and tiring, why did we evolve to do it at all? This is where things get really interesting, because we're about to uncover its surprisingly deep and ancient purpose. So it turns out, all of that cognitive strain, it isn't a bug in our system, it's a feature. Small talk isn't just some modern annoyance we have to put up with. It is an ancient tool, one that was absolutely critical for our survival. And there's a name for that tool: social auditioning. Think of it exactly like it sounds, like a tryout. Before you commit to a deeper, more vulnerable relationship, whether it's a friend, a business partner, or a tribal alliance, you need a safe, low-stakes way to check the other person out first. This is what you're really doing when you're talking about the weather. You're assessing social risk. You're signaling, hey, I'm not a threat. You are laying the very first tiny bricks of trust, and you're probing for some kind of common ground. It's this delicate little dance to see if you both play by the same social rules before you decide to take things to the next level. So now that we have this new understanding of its true purpose, how can we change our approach to it? Well, it's all about reframing the conversation. The key takeaway here is to completely shift your perspective. Small talk stops feeling like a meaningless chore the second you realize what it's for. It's not about the words being exchanged. It's about the social connection being tested. Suddenly, it becomes this powerful tool for navigating our social world. When you finally understand why it feels so tiring, that it's just cognitively inefficient, you can be a little kinder to yourself about it. And when you know its purpose, this idea of social auditioning, you can engage with it more consciously.
You're not a victim of a boring conversation anymore. You're an active participant in a crucial human ritual. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time you find yourself stuck in a conversation about traffic or your weekend plans, just remember what's happening beneath the surface. You're not just passing time. You are performing an ancient, vital, and deeply human calculation. So, what are you really doing?